Today I'm going to be talking about why I just sold all of my Sundial stock. Let's get into the video. Hi everyone, my name is Zach and welcome back to Finance Bro. Before we get into the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please leave a comment of your favorite stock at the moment, why it's your favorite stock at the moment, and also leave a like and subscribe as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys want 2 free stocks that could be worth up to $1,850, then go ahead and get signed up with WeBull at the first link in the description below. With all that out of the way, let's get into our stock for today, Sundial. So I have a love-hate relationship with Sundial growers because I actually did make a video on Sundial growers when they were about 60 cents before their whole run up that they had all the way up to about $3, and ever since then I've made tons of YouTube videos also on Sundial growers, and I've always stated my problems that I've had with Sundial growers, but at this point I just had to let go of my position as I am in the green and I do not want to see this fall any further. Even though I do not even like this, I was holding on to it just because I made a ton of videos on it, and I know that a lot of you guys like Sundial growers as well. So I was kind of just doing it out of solidarity for you guys, but at this point I have to talk about how my position has changed on Sundial growers and why it's changed. So as we all know, Sundial growers is a huge meme stock that is talked about a lot on Wall Street Bets, but it used to be talked about on Wall Street Bets a lot more. When GameStop had their initial run up, Sundial growers was actually one of the first stocks that was talked about along with other meme stocks, and it was pretty much Nokia, BlackBerry, Sundial growers, AMC, and GameStop around January 29th when that whole fiasco happened. Now honestly, that's where I heard about Sundial growers first. I looked into it more, and then I saw it when I was sitting at about 60 cents before cannabis stocks had their huge run up to about $3. But basically, I've had a love-hate relationship with Sundial growers. I've made videos on Sundial growers and I've seen them dilute their people's shares, their shareholders' shares, so much in the past couple of months. We're going to go over that in a second. What I want to mention first is that they're not even getting talked about on Wall Street Bets anymore. This is WSBtrackers.com is a website that tracks different stocks that are talked about on Wall Street Bets, and we have to scroll down at least 20 to 30 stocks before we even see Sundial growers. They're talked about 0.38% of the time on Wall Street Bets, so basically nothing. But yeah, so they are barely ever talked about on Wall Street Bets anymore, basically just a few people every day, and they're supposed to be a meme stock. And that's where they get a lot of their buying pressure from. But if we take a look here at their financials, on their income statement, this is one of the reasons that I had to let go of my position. Obviously, the financials don't matter as much for cannabis stocks right now. We're trying to get the companies that are going to have future growth in the future. But this is just not very good for me. Cannabis stocks, I want to be seeing improvements in their revenue every quarter, because as they have been open longer, they should be making more money. But if you see here in March 31st of 2020, they were making $23 million in revenue and only losing about $7,000 in profit, basically their gross profit was negative $7,000. Obviously they weren't profitable. If we come here to this year, they only have $9 million in revenue, so that is a huge tank in revenue, and their gross, they are still not profitable, and they're only doing $9 million in revenue when if you come and look at their balance sheet, they have $1 billion in assets. How are you only doing $9 million in revenue and negative $3,000 in gross profit when you have $1 billion in assets? And the way that they got this $1 billion in assets is through different shares that were issued. If you can see here, we only had about 104,000 in June of 2020 shares issued. Now over quarter, they increased 100%. Quarter over quarter from there, they increased 400%. And now we are at 1,770,000, a ton of shares issued right now. we more than 20x'd how many basically 17x how many shares we had in June of last year. And that is diluting people's share prices. And who's to say they're not going to continue to do this just to get more money? This is all looking very fishy to me. Obviously, this information has been available for a while now, but to me, the fact that they have not started to make more in revenue and become profitable when they have $1 billion in the bank, it's just fishy to me, and it's not something I want to be investing in the more that I think about it. And really the only reason I was investing in Sundial Growers is because a lot of people want to talk about it, so I just put some money into it. Obviously, I came out profitable because I was in Sundial when it was 69 cents, and that's when I initially bailed out my position. But I did take some profits out at around $2 to $3 when it was trading for that much. But now, if we can also look at our WeBull, obviously this chart isn't looking very good. So this was around when AMC first popped. All meme stocks started popping, and Sundial Growers is considered a meme stock. So they went from about 75 cents all the way up to about $1.50, basically doubling in value. And ever since then, we have been making lower lows pretty much every day. There will all of a sudden be some optimism about it, and then we'll just make another low. The technicals on the chart for Sundial Growers, they're just not in Sundial Growers' favor, and we could be heading back down to this 65-cent level, and I'm just not on board for another 20 to 30% of losses personally. Now, this is all just my opinion, and you guys do not have to hold what I'm holding. I actually say that you shouldn't. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take my opinions as fact. But in my opinion, Sundial Growers is probably going back down all the way to this 70 to 60 cent level. Because there's nothing that is pushing this stock forward. If you guys do think I'm wrong, I'm definitely down to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Sundial Growers right now. If you guys want to try to change my mind, definitely comment those down below. If you guys were interested in getting signed up with WeBull, then go ahead and head to our description right here and get up to two free stocks worth up to $1,850. You guys can get signed up with our private Discord where we're talking about BB, Wish, AMC, along with a ton of different stocks and cryptos. Or you guys can learn how to trade stocks by going to www.itsfinancepro.com. But that's going to be it for today's video. My name is Zach, and I'll see you in the next video.